2018 was a great year for Eurovision, but it could have been even better. Here are my top 25 of national final songs that did not make it to Eurovision. Sup you fools! Matt, ESC United, your favorite Eurovision channel, and as I just pointed out, right now it is all about Eurovision 2018, probably for the last time because it's time to focus on 2019, but there is one open item I would like to discuss with you, and that is the national final. Well, the national finals, I should say. Yes, 2018 was a great year for Eurovision, so many fantastic songs, so diverse, so good! But there were still a bunch of good songs left behind in the national finals, so I'm going to share some of them with you, and then I would like to hear from you which you were missing. Keep in mind, this is just my personal taste and list. Tastes differ, don't take it personally. I would like to include the disclaimer that this list includes songs that did not win the national final, were disqualified, or withdrew from the contest at some point. So, there you have it. It's going to be a long video because we have 25 entries here, so let's get right into this. In 25th place, Sani. The artist, formerly known as Wickfield, was in the Danish national final DMGP, sending a dance song that was actually really good. It was so easy to sing along to, it was catchy, I really liked it. Granted, I didn't think it was gonna go far, but I really liked it. The fact that I have a little bit of a nostalgic vibe coming there with, you know, Wickfield from back in the day, Saturday night, maybe I'm a little biased, but I like this song anyway. In 24th place, Don't You Know That You're Beautiful? You know what, some of the parts of the song, they're a little lackluster, but the chorus was so good. Don't you know that you're beautiful? I just really like the melody. Now, the lyrics, well, you a pack of wolves with a heart of gold. But it was to me a great and justifiable contender, so yay Malta. Personally, I think you should have sent this one instead. 23. It was a little odd, but it was so great. This is exactly why I love Eurovision so much. I mean, where else do you get to hear such music? Unless you live in Hungary and you have a very broad taste in music, but I live in the United States, we never get to hear such music. So, I just really liked it. I was rooting for this one big time. Granted, AWS, a great band, a great representative, so I'm not sad that they won at all. But I really liked this one as well, and I felt as this had to be mentioned in my list. Number 22. I say it right here, I say it right now, this was my favorite song in the Ukrainian national final. Don't hate me, Milovin fans, I love you a long time, but this was my personal favorite. It's just my kind of song, it was different, it stood out, and I think it could really have left an impact at Eurovision just for being so different. But I guess it just wasn't meant to be. 21. She wasn't fantastic that night, that national final night when I guess counted, but this would have been, the song is so good and I do believe it would have brought home a decent result for the United Kingdom. I could talk for hours on how the British public and juries missed a great opportunity here, right? We've done that. They sent a great singer, a lovely singer with a fairly dull and uninspiring song instead. But anyway, justice for Asanda. I thought she was great and hope to see her again in future national finals because that was good. That was really good. Moving on to the top 20. In 20th place, total Michael Jackson vibe, right? I mean, I thought this is a great song. Lysandra's voice is fantastic, and yes, I may sound like a broken record, so just get used to that part, but this probably would have done really well at Eurovision. The juries loved it, and I guess it just wasn't enough for the televoters in the end, but again, France, your national final was so good this year, and I'm glad you're keeping that system for the 2019 season. You had so many good songs, so I expect the same, but I loved Ava. Number 19. I mean, come on, this is so different. Yes, the German public, they did not appreciate this one at all, and honestly, it probably would have flopped with the televoters and Eurovision as well, but I also think that the international juries would have really appreciated that one as well. And in the end, this is not just about how the song would have done at Eurovision, it's also about what I liked, and I really liked this song. Could have been possibly even a jury favorite, but I always appreciate songs that create a unique mood, you know what I mean? And it would have been different from all other songs in the running. Rick delivered, I loved it, but I love Michael Schulte as well, so I can't be too mad. Number 18. We all knew that Lie to Me was going to win, right? I mean, that was no question about it. This is just happens to be my personal favorite, but I have to admit that Lie to Me probably had more of a broader appeal. So technically, Czech Republic made the right decision, but not when it comes to my taste. And that's all that matters anyway, right? I thought the song's just magical. Ava has a powerful voice. Yes. Czech Republic is right on track. Are they becoming a powerhouse at Eurovision now? We shall see. Number 17. 17. Stand up for what you want. Very theatrical, very musical theater-ish, and that's probably why I love it. It was so good. Yes, some of the staging may be a little tiny bit over the top. I'm the first one to admit it, but the song was great. I thought the song was fantastic. The Armenian national final this year was one of the strongest national finals I have seen in a very long time. So many good songs. But then they chose a song that didn't actually end up qualifying from the semis, but you get my point. I mean, I loved Kami and all of that stuff, but were there better choices? Probably, but hey, it is what it is. Number 16. Last night I died. My personal favorite from the British national final. I get it. It's not for everyone, but this is my list. I just think that Jazz's voice is spectacular, and his delivery was just so spot on. Once again, this probably would have not fared well with the televoters, but I could have seen this one going pretty big with the juries, potentially a top 10 with them. Then the televoters would have brought it down, so I would have predicted a similar outcome to Lucy Jones last year. But hey, we'll never know. Did you watch my Melody Festival and reaction videos this year? Then you know I wasn't a fan of the show at all this year. Probably the weakest one since I've started watching the show, 10 years ago? Almost 10 years ago? And the crazy thing is, Samir and Victor were actually my favorite this year. I didn't like any of the other entries, but this one was actually pretty good. Yes, and you're allowed to make a face right now. I didn't see it coming either. I figured this one had no shot whatsoever. But the more I listened to it, the better I liked it. It's just fun, unpretentious fun. Shuffla. I'm so glad I'm not doing the whole betting odds thing, because I would have put money down on this one that this was going to win the national final in Albania. I thought it was like, yeah, duh, it's so good. But clearly it didn't. Now in hindsight, I think Eugen made Albania proud and probably even the better choice. But I still love this song. Don't hate me. To me, it was also one of Albania's best national finals in years, and that is like a good and a bad thing at the same time. You know, it's wonderful when they have several awesome songs in the running, and you're like, oh, I would like this one, but then you're going to be so sad and disappointed anyway, because all the other ones will not qualify. Oh well, this one's fantastic. Number 13. If you need me, come knock on my door. I mean, how can you not fall in love with Richard and his dad, this performance? I mean, It was obviously charming, and for obvious reasons they had chemistry. I wonder why. You know, it gives you that warm and fuzzy feeling, like right here, and I'm all for this anyway. This was my favorite in Malta this year, and if you followed my videos this year, you know that I was not a big fan of the Maltese song this year, Taboo. I'm like, Now, I think this should have won, but I cannot tell you, or I don't know if it would have done any better, but at least I could have been more supportive of Malta this year. I mean, I'm always supportive of Malta. I just didn't like the song, so, oh man, I missed this one. Number 12. Now, going back to the whole, a song puts you in a certain mood, what's her name? Amoeba? She does exactly that, to me at least. I mean, a cello sound, like a very different and unexpected interpretation and direction in the song. Don't get me wrong, I thought Laura was a respectable and representative, but if I had the power, this would have been in Lisbon. Just saying. I have been enjoying Latvia Supernova over the past few years. Lots of different styles and genres. Keep it up. Number 11. So Tamar didn't even qualify from the semis in Armenia. Boo! To me, look, it's modern, it's current, and I really like her voice. And it deserved so much more. Yes, it was a competitive national finals, I get that, but come on. She should have at least made the final stage. Don't you agree? I mean, what happened? This is still on my playlist. And I keep saying it, Eurovision always comes to an end, but the music does not, so this will be something I'll be listening to for a long time. Alright, moving on. Here is my top 10. Number 10. I may get some slack for including this one in my list. I think that Estilo had a good amount of songs in the running, but this one, it just really, really touched my heart. Again, a bit of musical theater-ish, right? I get that. That's not a bad thing. This is not a bad thing. I tend to be drawn to those kind of songs. When it's done right, that is. I thought it was beautiful even in English, but when they performed it in Estonian in the finals, oh, I can't. I love it. I love it, and I love it. Good job, ladies. I think you should be very proud of yourselves. I keep clapping. I don't know why. Number 9. Look, if you watch my videos, you know that I was totally rooting for Tu Canción initially and was glad it won. But now looking back, maybe this would have been a better choice. When I listened to the final revamped version, I was all team Aitana and Anna. I mean, it's a great dance song. They just really won me over. They did not go to Eurovision, but they owned the charts in Spain, so that counts for something, right? So, go girls. Number 8. I wanted Domino to go to Eurovision, and I say it again, I just think this had a broader appeal than Monsters. Yes, I said it then, and I say it again, it's more radio-friendly, it has a friendlier sound to it. Like, I almost reminds me a little bit of like Wrecking Ball from Miley Cyrus. Granted, the fact that the words Wrecking Balls are in the song is just a complete coincidence. I'm glad that Sarah qualified with Monsters, but I am convinced that she would have gone even further if she would have chosen Dominoes. Disagree all you want, I'm sticking to it. Ugh, I'm in love. This was so uplifting and fun. Love the staging, the choreography in the national final, the song is catchy, and the fact that I love a song that has rapping in it, that says a lot. And I have to say this right now, I know it's predictable, but I have to. That's how you write a song. Number 6. Ogesa actually just recently released the music video to the song, and I fell in love with the song. Again, it is just so good. And I'd love for Albania to send a fun upbeat song to Eurovision one day, and I think Ogesa would be a great choice. I mean, there's always 2019, right? Ogesa, I hope to see you next year. Your time will come. Trust me. This is so good. Only 5 songs left. Here are my top 5. In 5th place, Tonight we're high.
on starlight, starlight, starlight.
Okay, put your hate comments in the comment section. I'll wait. You done? Good. I love this and all these comments. We had that at Eurovision so many times. Boo-hoo. Whatever. It gets old. I thought it was adorable. It's just melodically totally my kind of song. And don't get me wrong, I was not sad with the outcome overall, because I thought Rasmussen's Higher Ground was great. I'm glad that they sent that one, so the top two were fantastic. But I just really have a soft spot for this one, and it'll always have a special place in my heart. Number 1, 2, 3, 4.
So give me your love, baby.
This could have potentially been my number 1 in this list if it wasn't for the atrocious live performance. Still, the studio version is still really good, catchy, and a fun, dancey kind of song. Very pop, but good kind of pop. I mean, if you watch the national final performance, you hardly recognize it. It was just so bad. This was a huge disappointment. Visually, vocally, no. But I love it regardless. Only 3 left. Bronze medal, 3rd place goes to...
Tu olhas para tudo.
Drama in Portugal. Now, accusation of plagiarism caused this song to be withdrawn from the running, from the contest, and I was really bummed out. This was so beautiful. I loved it. I felt bad because the Portuguese fans have been so kind and supportive to me, and I felt really bad that I never really warmed up with their eventual entry this year. It just wasn't for me. It was fine, but it wasn't great. And this one, I probably would have been really high up in my ranking. But I guess it just wasn't meant to be. So good though, love it. We're almost done, people. 2nd place, silver medal goes to... The only reason I didn't put this one in 1st place in my ranking was due to the underwhelming live performance in the national final. The song itself is almost perfection, and I enjoyed the staging and the choreography as well. I thought it was current, yet felt French at the same time, with an international appeal. Nasi, you should be really proud of this song, regardless of the outcome. I don't think you were horrible, just underwhelming that night. So, but oh well, you guys just won the World Cup, so... whatever. And my number 1. Any guesses? Let's just get right to it. Here it is, my personal number 1. Romania's national final marathon was so exhausting. And then they ended up picking a song that didn't even qualify. They should have sent this song, Ozi Combate, my friends. Yes, this should have been the winner. It was fantastic, and I can honestly say this probably would have been my favorite Romanian entry ever. Bella Santiago, the female lead singer, her voice is out of this world. She's too talented for her own good. And I thought the two singers had great chemistry and fantastic energy. The song really created an interesting vibe, kinda angry, but more intense than anything, and it was just amazing. I really don't get the Romanian televoters. I really don't. There you have it, my top 25. Again, this was very difficult. I had to leave out a bunch of good songs, and here is a quick honorable mention of them.
Lass uns Polka tanzen auf dem Karneval in Rio. Schublader oder Tango Argentino. Ganz egal, alle Gläser heben, für alle, die den freien tanzen können.
But let me know, who did you miss on the list? Did you agree with for the most part? Or not? It's okay, don't take it personally. I'd love to hear your thoughts and I will respond. Just leave your comments in the section below and we'll get to it. And I'm on Twitter. Make sure you follow me there as well and we'll talk. And I'll be back with the next video. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like this video and I'll see you soon. Goodbye.